Hello, everyone. Happy Earth Month. Thank you for joining us today. We're very excited to have you for our Keep It Green, Keep It Clean Earth Month celebration. I'm Brittany. I'll be one of your Earth Month hosts today. I'd like to give a quick thanks to our Earth Month sponsors, the Port of Long Beach, Chevron, and Dive and Surf. Thank you so much for helping us with our virtual Earth Day events. I'm very excited today because we will be having our seaweed scientist, Val Hill, and she'll be talking about phenomenal seaweed. And I think you guys are going to have a lot of fun today. You're going to play some games, you're going to do some stretches, you're going to learn all about seaweed. So I'm going to take it over to Val. Hi, Val.
Hi, Brittany. Thanks for introducing me. I'm super excited today to be with you guys because seaweed is my absolute favorite thing in the ocean. And I hope by the end of today, it's going to be your absolute favorite thing too. We're going to have so much fun today. It's going to be more fun for you and for me if you guys participate. So please use the chat. I wish I could see you. I can't see you, but I can listen to you through the chat. So make sure you use the chat, answer questions. I want to be interactive. Make sure you ask me any questions you have too. I want to answer all your seaweed questions, algae questions, kelp questions. We'll get them all done today. Also, the more you participate, the better your chance at winning a prize. Brittany is going to pick a lucky winner for our awesome Garibaldi sticker today, since that's one of our kelp forest residents. So participate and have fun with me today. I'm so excited. So let's dive into the phenomenal world of seaweed and get started. So seaweed, algae, kelp. We hear so many of these words. Are they the same? Are they different? What's going on? Let's find out. So all kelp is seaweed, but is all seaweed kelp? It's not. So strange. There's actually 3 different kinds of seaweed, and it has to do with what color they are. Can you guys guess any of the colors that they might be? Brittany gave you a little clue. What colors do you see in the picture? We have red. That's right. We have green. That's the second one. And we have brown. Awesome. Red, green, and brown are our 3 colors of seaweed. Now, kelp is a type of brown seaweed, and I have some handy dandy kelp down here that I'm going to show you guys later. So kelp is a kind of brown seaweed, but there's lots of different kinds of red seaweeds, green seaweeds. They're really, really cool. Seaweed is a little bit different than a plant, right? They might look similar to some land plants, but they're a little bit different. So there I am. All right. So land plants have leaves. They have a stem. They have roots. Sometimes they have flowers. Seaweed, on the other hand, doesn't have that. It has blades. It has a holdfast. And it doesn't have any roots. It doesn't have xylem. It doesn't have phloem. Those are all things that make a plant a plant. But they have some super special things in common. They can do something amazing. It's called photosynthesis. Photosynthesis is the most amazing thing on the planet. These plants and all these seaweeds can take their energy from the sun to make food. And even better, we get oxygen to breathe. Isn't that amazing? Seaweed is the absolute best. Now, I bet you use seaweed every day, and you might not even know it. Even all 3 different kinds. You might have used it today. You might have had seaweed for breakfast. We are going to play a little game, and I want you guys to help me out in the chat. What we're going to do is we are going to guess if something has seaweed in it or not. And you can do this game at home later too. So if it has seaweed in it, we're going to say yes to seaweed, and we're going to put it in this bin. If it does not have seaweed in it, we're going to say no seaweed, and we're going to put it in this bin. Now, it's going to be hard for you to read over the screen, so I'll read a little bit for you, but I want to show you the words that we're looking for in case you want to play at home later. So you're going to look for words like carrageenan, beta-carotene, agar, algin, alginate. All of those things, those words are compounds that they take out of the different colors of seaweed. So you know if you've used red, green, or brown seaweed today. All right, you guys ready to get started with our game? All right, here is our first item. Hopefully you guys already used this morning. I know I did. Pretty sure Brittany did. Hopefully you guys did. Toothpaste. Hopefully you guys all brushed your teeth this morning, right? Okay, toothpaste. What do you think? In the yes seaweed bin or the no seaweed bin? Toothpaste. It's going to go in the yes bin. If you guessed yes, you were right. Awesome. Great job, guys. So hopefully you all already used seaweed this morning because we want to keep those teeth nice and clean. How about something else we might have used today, something we're using a lot of, right? Got to keep our hands clean. What about soap? Does soap have seaweed in it? Yes or no to soap? Let's think about this one. This soap goes in the no seaweed bin, but take a look at your soap at home. Look for those ingredients. Your soap at home might have seaweed. We'll have to see. How about, this is very important for me. I put this in my coffee every morning. This is coffee creamer. What do you think? Coffee creamer, yes seaweed or no seaweed? Well, this one is another one that kind of depends on your coffee creamer. This one is going to go in the no seaweed bin, but some of the coffee creamer that I know I have at home definitely goes in the yes seaweed bin. All right, now I said you might have had some seaweed for breakfast. Some of you probably don't drink coffee yet, so let's think of something you might have had for breakfast. Maybe you had cereal with milk today. What do you think? Yes or no seaweed in the milk? Well, this milk is going to go in the yes seaweed bin. See how it says that it has omega-3s? Omega-3s are so good for your brain, keeps your brain nice and healthy, and it comes from seaweed. So let's toss that in the yes bin. How about, maybe you guys had some waffles for breakfast. That would be good. Obviously, there's no more waffles in this box. This box got smushed. What do we think? Waffles, yes? Waffles, no. These waffles are going to go in the no bin. But let's see about if we put butter on our waffles. I like my waffles with a lot of butter and a little bit of syrup, not too much syrup. The right amount of syrup, right? Don't want to get too sticky first thing in the morning. Butter is delicious on waffles, and this butter is going to go in the yes bin for seaweed. How about if we look at shampoo? What do you guys think? Shampoo, yes bin or no bin? I see some of you guys guessing in the chat. That's great. Thanks for participating. Awesome. Yes or no? This one is going to go in the yes bin. This one, in fact, it's going to be hard for you to read, but it actually says Macrocystis pyrifera, which is the kind of seaweed I'm going to show you in just 1 minute. Let's throw that one in the yes bin. Okay, let's do 2 more. How about, okay, we probably haven't had this morning, but maybe later. Hot chocolate. Perfect on a nice cold morning. Hot chocolate, yes or no? I see some guesses coming in. Awesome. Hot chocolate is going to go in the yes algae bin. There is seaweed in our hot chocolate. And let's do one more treat because who doesn't want, so that was for a cold day, right? It's supposed to be pretty nice here today. So later in the afternoon when it gets really hot out, we're all going to want to eat ice cream. What about ice cream? Yes or no? What do you guys think? Ice cream, yes or no? Yes, even ice cream has seaweed in it. Awesome. That was so fun. Thanks for playing that game with me, you guys. And don't forget, you can play at home. Brittany's going to show you the words to look for one more time. We've got carrageenan, agar, beta carotene, algin, alginate, algal oil. All of those are words to look for later when you're at home. When you make lunch or dinner today, maybe you can make one that only has things with seaweed in it. It's pretty easy. And then don't forget to brush your teeth, okay? That one's very important too. Awesome. Thanks for playing with me, guys. So what I want to tell you about right now is the kind of seaweed that we have right here off of our coast. I even found this piece of seaweed that I'm going to show you right here on the beach, and it's called giant Pacific kelp. Let me grab it for you. All right. Giant Pacific kelp is the tallest and fastest growing seaweed in the ocean. In fact, it's the fastest growing anything on Earth. It grows so fast. It can grow up to 2 feet in one day. Now, I don't know how tall you guys are, but that means for me, this would be taller than me in just 3 days. And I'm guessing for most of you, it would be taller than you in just 2 or 3 days also. Think about how long it took you to grow as tall as you are. How long did that take you? However old you are, right? So it took you that long to grow that tall, and it only takes seaweed 2 days to grow that tall. So I want to show you my favorite part of the seaweed because we don't always find it. But this is the part where you get little baby seaweed. Do you see it? These teeny tiny parts up here. And it's a really fun word that I like to say. It's called the apical meristem. It's always a good day when I get to use the word apical meristem when I'm talking to you guys. So that's the best part of the seaweed here. Now, like we said, seaweed is a little bit different than plants, right? So it might look like these are leaves, but instead of leaves, we call these blades. And instead of a stem, this is called a stipe. And look, the further down we get, remember I told you that top part was the new little baby part. Well, the further down we get, the bigger the blades are getting. Look how big this one is. This whole blade is almost as tall as me, it looks like, right? And look at this other really cool thing that they have right here. This is a little bubble of air, and that's called a nematocyst. And it's really important that the seaweed has this little bubble of air because it helps the seaweed float. Remember that I told you that seaweed needs sun in order to grow and photosynthesize? Well, the sun, when you're underwater, the sun is going to be at the top, right? So you're going to want to have this air in order to float up to the top. So this is a really important habitat here in Southern California. A habitat is a home where animals live, and thousands of different kinds of animals live in the kelp forests off of our coast here. We have them all up and down the coast. We have them right here in the LA area. We have them up, if you go north towards Monterey, south towards San Diego. The kelp forest is a super important habitat. So let's take a look at what it looks like out in the ocean in the wild kelp forest habitat. So these are some friends scuba diving up in Monterey. They can see not just the awesome seaweed, but let's check out some of the animals they're going to find. Wow, look how fun that is. Do you guys think the water is warm or cold? Oh, Eric. Silly Eric. Kelp, everybody knows kelp is more important and better than whales. Look at that fish. Watch this. Look at that. you can come face to face with not just kelp, but also fish in the kelp forests. Isn't that so awesome? Wonderful. Now, if you have ever wanted to explore the kelp forest like that, go underwater, maybe learn how to scuba dive, or even just get some new snorkeling gear, you're going to need a lot of gear. It was cold in that water, let me tell you that. You're going to want a wetsuit if you're going to go scuba diving up in Monterey. Believe me, maybe 2 wetsuits. So you can always visit one of our Earth Month sponsors, Dive and Surf, for all kinds of snorkeling and scuba diving needs. Let's go check them out real quick. I'm here to introduce you to my friend Chris here at Dive and Surf in Redondo Beach. He's going to tell you about all the cool things they have in their store. Dive and Surf generously sponsored our Earth Month activities, including this awesome segment about kelp forests. So thank you so much, Dive and Surf, for all your generosity. Take it away, Chris.
Awesome, thank you. Hi everyone, it's Chris here at Dive and Surf, where we dive and surf. Have you ever wondered what's in our oceans? Well, Dive and Surf is here to teach you. Whether you're looking to wear a mask and snorkel on the surface or breathe on a tank underwater, the scenery that we have out here is ever changing. Come join us in our swimming pool on site here at Dive and Surf for a scuba lesson. Dive and Surf has been catering to the public since 1953. Come down and see our awesome staff and our awesome store. You can follow us on Instagram at Dive and Surf, or you can go to diveandsurf.com for more info. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, Chris. Thanks, Dive and Surf. That was awesome. It is so amazing to see this habitat and these animals in real life underwater. But if you can't make it there just yet, that's okay. We can bring the kelp forest to you. This giant tank behind me is our kelp forest tank. It's modeled after a real kelp forest in the ocean. It has the same animals, and as you can see, we have some Pacific giant kelp in here as well. Now, I told you that it's a really important habitat. We have it all up and down the coast of California, and thousands of different kinds of animals can live in it. What makes it so great to live in the kelp forest? Why does everybody want to hang out there? Let's think. What makes a good home for animals? Sometimes animals want to hide. They don't want to be seen. Does anybody know what it's called when an animal looks like it's home so it can hide and not be seen? While you're thinking about it and putting it in the chat, I'm going to show you one example. This is an egg from a swell shark. Now, this one already hatched. There's no little baby shark inside. So this is just the empty egg case. And it's meant to look just like one of those pieces of giant kelp. It blends in exactly with its surroundings. So Mama Swell Shark swims through the kelp forest. As she is swimming through the kelp forest, this egg gets tangled up right in here in this big piece of giant Pacific kelp, and then it just floats along right next to the blade. Can you see the egg anymore? I can't see it. It's totally camouflaged. Great job. I see some of you guys guessed it. It's called camouflage. It's totally camouflaged now. So the baby can stay safe until it's ready to hatch and swim out on its own and find its own food. There are lots of animals that can camouflage in the kelp forest. So that's a great reason to live in the kelp forest, especially if you're going to look like a piece of kelp, like in some of the animals that we saw. There's even a fish called a kelp fish because it looks just like a piece of kelp. Awesome. Let me show you a few more animals in this tank, okay? I'm sorry if I make you seasick as we go here. All right? I don't want to make you seasick. but I got to be careful not to get too tangled. Let's see what other animals we can find in our tank that look just like the kelp forest. Oh, look at that. I see a group of mackerel swimming together. Do you guys know what it's called when the fish swim together like that in a group? I'll give you a clue. I'm going to tell you my son's favorite joke. Ready? Why are fish so smart? Because they live in schools. So that's called a school of fish. Ooh, I think I saw our state fish swim by. Another kelp forest resident. Whoopsie, sorry about that, guys. Do you see that Garibaldi? That bright orange fish that's apparently backing away from the camera right now, feeling shy. That bright orange Garibaldi is our state fish and a kelp forest resident. Awesome. Let's see who else we can find. Ooh, who's that guy? Anybody know what that is? Sometimes people think they look like snakes, but they're actually fish. This is a moray eel. Hi, buddy. Thanks for joining us today. Do you see that hole on the side of its head? That's actually its gills. That's where it breathes, right there. And you can see it opening and closing its mouth to help push water and oxygen across its gills. Now, moray eels love to live in caves and holes, so it's not a very good idea to stick your hand in a hole if you ever do get to go snorkeling or scuba diving, because you might scare it. And it has some pretty sharp teeth, so we definitely don't want to do that. Let's see if we can find some of our other kelp forest friends. Of course, a few of them are still napping. Let's see. I see a leopard shark, another beautiful kelp forest resident, and our friend Sheldon the sheephead over there. Oh, there we go. There's that Garibaldi. Now you want to be involved.
Val, we had a question in the chat. Grace Adams asked, how many mouths does a moray eel have?
Oh, moray eel mouths are very, very cool. They have something called pharyngeal jaws. So what they do is they can open their mouth a little extra big, and they have an extra row of teeth. So they don't just have top teeth and bottom teeth like you and me. They have a row of teeth right in the middle of their, what would be like the roof of their mouth. And that helps if, like I said, they're not real quick, right? They like to hide in caves. They wait till something swims by. They go to grab it, and they don't want that fish they worked so hard for to swim back out of their mouth. So those hook-shaped teeth in the top of their mouth help capture their prey. Great question. Thanks, guys. Don't forget to be asking questions. Awesome. All right, we'll visit these guys back here in just a moment again, but I want to show you another animal that's not in here, an animal that I have over to the side. So let me get myself back up here without getting tangled. Okay, so far so good. Awesome. Now, another reason that it's so great to live in the kelp forest is because it's full of food, right? In the ocean, you can't just hit up the drive-through. There's no grocery store. You have to actually find your own food. And so the food chain or the food web always starts, well, almost always. But in the kelp forest, it usually starts with a primary producer. That's something that gets its energy from the sun. We already learned that our kelp gets its energy from the sun in the kelp forest. So this is our primary producer. That means there's lots of things that love to eat kelp. Now, one of the biggest kelp fanatics that wants to have it for breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, midnight treats, whatever it can, is the sea urchin. So this is a purple sea urchin. There's also red sea urchins off our coast. You can see I'm picking it up. It's not dangerous, but it's never a good idea to pick up or touch an animal in the wild. This is one of the animals from our tanks. Do you guys see its spines moving around? Believe it or not, this is actually a cousin of the sea star. All right, just like a sea star has 5 arms, the sea urchin has 5 of something. It has 5 teeth that it uses to eat that yummy, yummy seaweed. Right here in the bottom, let's see if he'll show them to you. That's his mouth. Those little white things right there are his teeth. Like I said, 5 teeth. Don't worry. He's not going to bite me. They don't hurt. They don't hurt. They're meant for grazing on that seaweed. Now, sometimes these little urchins can cause a little problem. If there's so many urchins, they might eat up all the kelp in a kelp forest, leaving what we call an urchin barren. And that would be kind of sad, because not only do we use seaweed a lot, but we said all those animals use seaweed. There would be no place to camouflage, and there would be no other animals that could live in the kelp forest if the urchins eat them all up. So that's where the food chain comes in. The urchin eats the seaweed, but something else has to eat the urchin. So depending where you are, there's some sea otters. I see you in the chat mentioning sea otters. There's sea otters that love to eat urchins. And my friend in this tank that has decided not to turn around again because he doesn't know it's his time to shine. Sheldon the sheephead right there is another one who loves to eat urchins, has very sharp teeth, and can eat those urchins and help keep the ecosystem healthy. So everyone is important. Everything is connected. There we go. Everyone's important. Everything is connected. So it's a really great place to live in the kelp forest. There's crabs that live there, and they can be eaten by things like maybe even an octopus or something else, a shark, some of these other fish, right? There's a whole food web happening in there. Now, I've seen you guys commenting in the chat there. So Brittany is going to pick a lucky winner for our raffle sticker. Hi, Brittany.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for all your participation in the chat. I love it. I have a raffle winner. So let me get a drum roll. I know I can't hear you, but everyone start drum rolling. Our raffle winner is going to be Sean. Sean is our raffle winner. And Sean, all you need to do is email us. I will throw our email in the chat. Email us your name and that you won this prize, and we will coordinate sending you your Garibaldi sticker. Congratulations, Sean.
Awesome. Congratulations, Sean. Thanks for participating. It definitely made it more fun for me. I hope it made it more fun for you. And we're going to have you guys participate again. All right. We've been sitting, we've been listening, we've been learning, we've been working out our brain. Now it's time to stretch our bodies and become one with the kelp forest. So we are going to do a learn and move. So make some room around you, stand up, and join us as we become some kelp forest animals.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Roundhouse Aquarium's first edition of Learn and Move Ocean Exercises. I'm Val. I know you're used to seeing me at the Roundhouse Aquarium, but like most of you, I'm staying safer at home. So today, you get to visit me at home with my two little volunteers. While we are at home, we like learning and we like getting our wiggles out. So find a spot where you can follow along with us and you're not going to bump into anything. Today, we're going to learn about the kelp forest, and we're going to move like some of the kelp forest animals. The first thing we need for our kelp forest is kelp. We need Pacific giant kelp. That's what we have here in California. Pacific giant kelp grows really, really fast. It can grow as tall as these guys in just 2 days. How long did it take you to grow this tall? 4 years, because you're 4 years old. How long did it take you to grow this tall? 16. 4 years, 6 years versus 2 days. That's super fast. So we're going to start down like a little baby kelp. And we're going to grow as fast as we can. Ready? 1, 2, 3, grow! Oh, reach, reach, reach. Keep growing. Pacific giant kelp can get 100 feet tall. That's about 10 times as tall as this building behind me. It grows up, up, up towards the sun because just like plants on land, it needs sunlight in order to grow. All right, now that we have our beautiful kelp forest, we can start adding in some animals. One animal that you might have seen in our touch tank is a sea urchin. Sea urchins love to eat Pacific giant kelp. They look kind of like a ball. So let's get down into our little ball. And then what do sea urchins have on them? They have spikes, Mom. Spikes, big make your spikes. Make them all over your body. Wiggle them around. All right, now, they don't eat with their spikes. They eat with their teeth. They have 5 teeth. So make a mouth of 5 teeth. We call this Aristotle's lantern because scientists think that it looks kind of like an old-timey lantern. So make your 5 teeth and start munching on all that yummy kelp. The next animal we're going to be is a kelp crab. They're called kelp crabs because they look just like a piece of kelp. Does anybody know what it's called when an animal looks like it's home?
Camouflage.
Camouflage, that's right. So we're going to be a camouflaging kelp crab. Everybody get into your crab pose. Now do crabs move forward like we do?
No, I move side to side, Mommy.
Side to side. All right, let's move side to side. Ready? Everybody move this way. Oh, we had a crab crash. Move this way. Move this way. Move this way. All right, now these crabs are also great climbers. So let's climb up our giant kelp. Climb, 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 climb. Keep going. Remember, they're 100 feet tall. That's a lot of climbing for a little crab. Climb, climb, climb. All right, we got to a good spot. What do crabs have that they use to protect themselves and to eat?
Pinchers.
Pinchers! Make some little pinchers. And let's eat up some of that delicious kelp. Perfect. Now, a kelp crab camouflages. There's a fish that lives in the kelp forest that does the opposite. It's bright, bright. What's your favorite color? What's your favorite color? Orange. Does anybody know the name of our state fish here in California? The Garibaldi. You guys are right. The Garibaldi is a very special fish because it is our state fish. Now, all fish have to breathe underwater. They all use the same thing. What do fish use to breathe?
Gills.
Gills! That's right. You guys got it. Let's make some gills. Breathe like a fish. Everybody, open your mouth. Close your mouth. Open your gills. Let's do it again. Perfect. Now, fish are different than marine mammals. Whales and dolphins have tails that go up and down. Which way does a fish tail go?
Side to side.
Side to side. Make your fish tails and let's go side to side. Now, Garibaldis, they're not very nice. They don't like to share. They like a lot of space. So let's swim around like Garibaldis and make sure we don't bump into each other. Ready? Go. Swim around, swim around. Oh, you bumped into me. Oh, you bumped into me. It's a good thing you guys are baby Garibaldis. Baby Garibaldis have little blue dots on them. They tell the grown-up Garibaldis that you're still learning and not to get too mad if you bump into them. The next animal we're going to be is another kind of fish. We're going to be a really sleek, special fish called a leopard shark. That's right, sharks are fish too, except they don't have hard bones like fish. They have cartilage for their skeletons, like we have in our ears. Wiggle your ears. Here's our cartilage. They still have gills to breathe, and their tails still go side to side. What other fins do sharks have?
Dorsal fin.
Dorsal fin, that's so they don't fall over when they're swimming really fast. What other fins do they have?
Pectoral.
Pectoral fins, that's right. Yeah, those pectoral fins help them swim left and right. Do we want to lay down and be nice, long leopard sharks?
Yeah.
All right, lay down. Oh, show me your dorsal fin. Show me your pectoral fin. Show me your tail going side to side. All right, look at us swimming through the kelp forest, nice and sleek and smooth like a leopard shark. I think we're ready to be a mammal. Mammals don't have gills like fish. Instead, they have lungs. People are mammals, and we breathe what?
Air.
We breathe air. We're going to be a really cute-looking mammal. We're going to be sea otters. So, sea otters have to hold their breaths to go get their food. They love to eat things like clams. So let's hold our breath and dive down and pick up a clam. Ready? Dive down, pick up your clam. Come back up. That was a long swim. Now, sea otters are really smart. They can use tools to help them open their food. So let's dive down and grab a rock. Ready? Dive down, grab your rock. Come back up. Now, sea otters love to float with their backs in the kelp forest. So let's come down onto our together 3 times. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Did it open? Yours did. Mine didn't open. My rock must not have been very strong. Let me try again. 1, 2, 3. It opened. Let's heat our clam all up. Sea otters have to clean their fur to keep warm in the cold water. So let's all clean our fur on our legs, clean your fur on your arms, clean your fur on your face. What that does is it helps get the oil from the sea otter's skin out all of the fur, because oil and water don't mix, and it helps those sea otters stay warm in the cold water. All right, I want to become another awesome kelp forest animal. All right, let's become sea jellies. Make your bell and all your tentacles. All right, now sea jellies are one of my favorite things that live in the ocean because I love plankton. Jellies are kind of plankton. Plankton can be small or big. It's anything that just floats and drifts in the ocean. That means it can't swim against the current. It has to go with the current. So let's say the current's going this way. Everybody floats this way with the current. Oh, the current's going this way. Now we go this way. Oh, the current's backing up. Oh, the current's going forward. Oh, we got stuck in a vortex. Spin in a circle. Ah! Oh, now I'm a mini jelly. Okay. Woo. Now the whole time our tentacles were out floating in the currents, we were trapping food in them. So bring all that food up under your bell to your mouth. Now I want to turn back into a person. Let's become a diver. Put on your mask. Put on your snorkel or your regulator. Can everybody breathe? Can everybody see? Alright, let's look in there. We're gonna see. Ooh, I see a jelly. Should I touch it? No? No? Why not? Oh, it'll sting me. Oh, that's a good point. We should never ever touch a jelly because they can sting us. That does it for our first episode.
Oh, I hope you guys had fun. Tired now from all that moving around, pretending to be in the kelp forest. Don't forget, if you want to actually go and learn to scuba dive in the kelp forest, visit our friends at Dive and Surf. They would be happy to teach you how to do it. Now, before we go, I want to tell you about one more super important thing. How we are all connected. Everything in the ocean is connected, including us humans, including all the animals we've seen, and of course, including all the phenomenal seaweed, right? Remember that this seaweed is helping make oxygen for us to breathe. Almost all the oxygen on Earth, over 70%, comes from the ocean. So that's a pretty big deal. It's really helping us out. All this seaweed can also help with climate change. So we're talking about Earth Month and making sure we're taking care of the whole planet Earth. Carbon dioxide is one of seaweed's most needed things to grow. It needs sunlight, carbon dioxide, and water. So it's super important to keep our oceans and our seaweed nice and healthy because we're all connected together. Remember, you might have even used seaweed to brush your teeth this morning. So we are always connected to seaweed, to the ocean, to the earth. And I hope that you guys have had fun celebrating seaweed with me today to kick off all of our Earth Month activities. And I'm going to turn it right back over to Brittany so she can tell you about more Earth Month activities coming up. I mean, none of them are going to be as cool as seaweed. We'll just start there. We started with the best one, but there's a lot of other really amazing things for you guys to see and learn about this month.
Thank you, Val. Everyone give her a big bravo. Thank you for talking all about phenomenal seaweed. That was so great. I'm sweating up here. I got a lot of exercise. Now I can go eat breakfast. So just to let you guys know, we want to thank our sponsors one more time, the Port of Long Beach, Chevron, and Dive and Surf for supporting our Earth Month activities. And like Val said, the fun does not stop here. We have more events coming up this month. We have an event all about whales and dolphins and maybe some marine mammals you can see off of our pier or out in the ocean. We have a virtual reading event featuring author Seth reading The Ocean in Your Bathtub. And that's going to be really, really fun. I love this book so, so, so much. And we're even going to have an event all about tide pools. So you can find this on our website or on our Facebook. If you didn't know, yay, we finally reopened. Yes, the Roundhouse Aquarium is open again. We're open on weekdays from 2 to 5 and on weekends from 10 to 5. We are using a reservation system, so you'll have to make your reservation in advance online. And we're also having in-person summer camp with lots of fun and lots of safety. So if you would like to make a reservation, register for camp, make a donation, learn more about our Earth Month, you can visit our website, roundhouseaquarium.org. roundhouseaquarium.org. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. Let me see if I can find Val, too, so she can say goodbye. Thank you, everyone. We hope you have a fish-tastic weekend and a wonderful Earth Month. Bye,
Happy
everyone.
Earth Month. Bye,
Happy
everybody.
Earth Month.